Hey guys, and welcome to episode 22 of Surgan's Feed the Beast Season 3 Let's Play. If you remember last episode, we had made everything we needed for Ars Magica to make our first spell. And I had gathered up all the materials I need except for the blue rune and the green rune. And that's because I wanted to show you guys how to make runes. I also went and collected up a whole bunch of liquid essence, and if we look here, you can see here I have just shy of 38,000, quite a bit. I had to do a lot of flying around and bucketing of essence. So let's go ahead and make those runes. And to make a rune, it's just like this, and that gets you blank runes. We're going to need a couple of these. So I'll just grab that many. Now, what we need to do to make them a blue or green rune is go ahead and add our rune and just the dye. And there's our blue, and there's our green. So now we should have everything that we need to make this spell. Now, it doesn't say it here, but you do actually need a spell parchment, and that's just to write the spell on. So the first thing that we need to get this thing started is a blank rune. Throw that in, and it'll tell us what we need. We need an alm, Vintium dust. There's our lesser focus. Here's where we need the power. Basically, that's what it's saying right there is we need essence. Now, there's one thing that I haven't shown you guys that we need to make before we can give it the essence. And I did this on purpose. So what we need now is what's called a crystal wrench. And that's right here. I should have everything I need to just make one. And what that allows us to do is tie this power here. If I right click, now we can see we have the beam of light in the air. That means that it's ready to be tied to something. And then right click here. That beam of light should go away, and that means that it's connected. And if we flip our lever, it should go ahead and get the power that it needs. Okay, looks like it has the power, and now it says we need a blue rune, the golden apple, green rune, last alm, and the last thing is our spell parchment. And there we go. So we have our first spell, and if we try to use it the first time, it'll let us go ahead and name it and choose an icon. So let's see what looks. We're just it's the first heal spell. So, and then all you have to do to close this is hit escape. And now we can cast it. And you can see here we now have regeneration and it heals us. And it does use up a little bit of mana that you can see down in the bar there. And it does give you that burnout. So let me go ahead and get everything together, and the next thing that I'd actually like to do is make some tools. So new tools, and maybe repair this pick because it's getting kind of low. So the first thing that I'd like to do is find a way to repair this pickaxe. Now there's a couple different things I can do. The first thing is I can put a flux capacitor on it, which means that I could charge it with my redstone flux, but I'm actually starting to run into a problem with that. If you notice, I don't have any lava coming through my pipes here, and that's because in the nether, the pump that I was using, the endothermic pump, was actually causing lag. So here on the server we had to get rid of the endothermic pumps. So there's another way that I can repair this. It's slower, but it'll work. And that's by putting moss on it. But I don't have any moss in my system here, if we look. All I have is the Spanish moss, and that doesn't work. What I need is ball of moss. Now, the way to make this is if I can use a whole bunch of mossy cobblestone to make a ball of moss. So there's an easy way to make mossy cobblestone. I'll just go ahead and throw my reinforced potable tank here full of water and throw some cobblestone in my fluid transposer. Now what I can do is right click this with a wrench, and that will output all of the water into here. And if we wait a second, it should make us mossy stone. So I'm going to go ahead and let this finish, make up a whole bunch, and while that's working, I'd actually like to make a better sword too, because the one that I have is nice, but it's just steel. It's nothing fancy. So let's see what we're going to need. First, we're going to need a sword blade. We're going to need a tool rod, and I believe this one is the handguard. Let me just double check here. We want to make another long sword. Yeah, all of that looks right. And actually, I should be able to use just a regular tool rod pattern. Let's see, tool rod pattern. So if we go here, I actually want to make a tool rod out of cactus. And doesn't look like I have the... Oh, I already had a tool rod pattern. Now I just need the guard. Hand guard. And that one I want to make out of paper. And the sword blade, that just takes one. So let me go ahead and let this melt up. I want to make that out of manilium, because that's going to be the best material for the most damage. Let's go see how our mossy stone is doing. We got a little bit. That's at least enough for us to make one ball of moss. I'd actually like to make two, and that's just because I want to put the repair on my pickaxe, but I also want to put it on the new sword. So what we can do is throw this in here. We can see we have 4 modifiers. Now I haven't put anything on this. And now we can put ball of moss, and that'll actually put auto repair on our pickaxe. Now the way that this works is it will slowly repair the pickaxe. It works a little bit faster during the day, but it'll still repair at night. That's getting there. So I'm going to go ahead and create our sword, and let's see what else we can put as far as modifiers. Okay, so now I have our sword blade, our handguard, and the tool rod. That'll make us a nice sword. It does have jagged on it, so it will do a little bit more damage. It'll also have 4 modifiers and do 4 parts of damage. That's exactly what I wanted. And what we can do is we can also throw a ball of moss on that, and that'll keep it nice and repaired for us. But what I'd also like to do is throw some lapis on here. And what that'll do is give us luck. Basically the same thing as looting. And so we just have to throw it through here. It does take quite a bit of lapis. And I'm going to see if I can get it up to... Okay, looting 1. That's good for right now. What I'd like to do is get some luck here on my pickaxe. And that'll help me get even more lapis. So there we go, Fortune 1. Okay, looks like we did have enough for Fortune 3 for the pickaxe, which is good, because that'll help us get a lot more lapis. Now this is all of my lapis, so I don't think I'm going to have enough to get to Fortune 2. But the reason that I wanted, especially on my pick, is because now I can go down into my mining area and get up a lot more lapis. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we can go ahead and start tackling the issue that we're having with lava generation. So I found quite a bit of lapis. Took me a little while. I found it. I also grabbed some quartz. I ran to the nether and got a whole bunch of quartz as well. Now, one thing to note with the pickaxe is it's broken. If you let it get all the way broken, it will not self-repair, no matter how much time you let go by. So, what I will need to do is go and throw at least one piece of cobalt on here to get it jump started, and now it will self-repair from there. So now we have all of the lapis that we should need to finish off our sword here. We'll go ahead and get that done. I'm just going to go ahead and fill it all the way up to the 450. And there we go. So it's 450 lapis, it self-repairs and has looting 3. But that's not all we want. It only has 4 hearts of damage, and we can increase that. So let's throw some quartz on it. And what that'll do is, you can see here, it increases the damage that it does. It basically puts sharpness on it. So let's go ahead and see how much of this we can get on here and how high we can get it. Okay, you can see that I got it up to 6.5 hearts. But I'd like to see if I can get it a little bit more. But I ran out of modifiers. Well, there's 2 ways that we can add modifiers to this. Now, by using the paper binding, it gave us 1 extra modifier, which was nice because it let us use basically that 1 extra modifier here for the auto repair. But if I take a block of gold and 1 diamond, I can actually add 1 modifier. And now I should be able to put even more quartz on it. Okay, looks like we got it about as high as we can. The other way to add a modifier is to put a nether star in here, and that'll add 1 more. But 7.5 hearts, that's almost double damage. So I'll take that. Now, we still have 2 modifiers remaining on our pickaxe. So let's see what we can put on that one. There's only a couple things that would really benefit the pickaxe. And one of them is going to be redstone. What that'll do is that'll make it faster. So I'll grab a little bit of redstone here, and there's one other thing. We can actually add silk touch to it. So for silk touch, we're going to need 1 emerald, which I should have, and some silky cloth. Yeah, aluminum brass nuggets. I might have to go make some nuggets. I do have some aluminum brass out here, so making nuggets shouldn't be too hard. Now, the reason that I want silk touch is because with the extractor here, it can extract things like lapis, coal, even diamonds, quartz. It can basically just about anything vanilla, it'll go ahead and do. So let's see if we can make some silk cloth. I don't have a lot of string. So I can make it with hemp, which I don't have. I can make it with a wool card. Let's see how much cotton we have. Not enough. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do silky. I haven't been able to get my golems to actually work with cotton. The other way, let's see how much wool. We do have a good amount of wool. Let's see if we can make a wool card. Or wool gin. So we're going to need an iron coil, and we're going to need a draw plate, block of iron, and that's a panel. Okay. Let's see, we need a block of diamond to start. And I don't know if my saw will actually cut it. We'll try. It does, okay. And then we need one panel. Now the nice thing is we can put this in here. We should be able to. I guess we can't. Guess that was changed. You used to be able to put your slab back in here and get some diamonds back, but if that doesn't work, then that's okay. Let me see. Oh, doesn't look like it works for the covers either. That's okay. If we need more wool cards, we can make them. Or wool gins. Well, the other thing we're going to need is a block of iron. And we're going to need some posts. So let's see. If we cut it this way, that gets us slabs. Cut it this way, that gets us pillars. So we're going to have to cut it again. And this way will get us post. You know what? I might as well get all of them. And we can take just like this and get our draw plate. You know what? Let's just make 2. Oh, I can use stone brick posts. These do have durability once we're done using them, so let's try this way. There we go. Wool gin. So we'll go ahead and get our coil. Now, obviously, that's going to have a lot of durability on it, but it's okay. Do I not have any sticks? Okay, now we should have everything we need. Wool gin. Now we can take our wool gin and our wool and get a little bit of string that we're going to need. So now I should be able to make the silky cloth. Need 4 of them, and then the silky jewel. So we can put everything on our pickaxe now. First thing I want to do, make sure I get silk touch on here. Oh, I can't have silk touch and fortune. Okay, I might have to make just another pickaxe for silk touch. I should have thought of that before I did it. Okay, that's okay. We'll just make this one really fast. 23. That looks like a good pickaxe right there. Let's see how fast this mines. Okay, that's not really a good way to compare. Let's just go down here. I can always fill this in later. Oh yeah, look at how fast that is. That's gonna be a lot easier for me to go mining. It's basically going through everything just as fast as, say, netherrack. Wonder how fast it would go through netherrack. We'll have to test that out. But now we have really nice pickaxe and a really nice sword. And the reason that I wanted looting on my sword is because there's one resource that I just don't have. And I have blaze powder, but I have 0 blaze rods, and I'm actually going to need some. I'll hold on to the Sophie gem. Let's go ahead and clean everything up here. Let's go ahead and head over to Pyro's base and make use of his spawner. There's one. Let's see if we can get a good... let's get a good stack. So I'm going to go ahead and collect up some blaze rods, and I'll meet you back at the base. So here we go. We have a stack, and then some. I don't need anywhere near this many. Actually, I'm just going to throw them all in here. Now, I need to make lava. There's a couple ways that I can do that. I can use a magma crucible, like the one I have upstairs here, but that's going to use a lot of power to generate lava. And it's kind of counterproductive. I'm going to be using a lot of power to create power. Not the best idea. But there is something else that we can use. So there's a couple ways to make lava. If we look here, we can use the magma crucible. But like I said, the magma crucible is going to use a lot of power. That's a lot of power. We're actually going to use more power creating lava, especially from something like cobblestone, than we would get for using the lava. However, if we look at this dense lava cell, it's not too complicated, minus a fire block. Now what we can use this for is we can make the volcanic furnace. Now if you look in any eye, and you look for the uses of just about anything. Let me see if I can clear this out here. Just about anything. We're say uses for here, for dirt. You can see here the volcanic furnace. It'll create lava. Not a lot, but it creates lava. Stone. And magma crucible, volcanic furnace. Oak leaves. Creates lava. Sandstone. Creates lava. You can kind of see the point here. Now, to make the volcanic furnace, we need these dense lava cells. And we're going to need a fire block. Now, there's only one way to make that. We need the magmatic centrifuge. So, that's why I went and got some blaze rods. So if we look up the magmatic centrifuge, we should have everything that we need to go ahead and make it. And let's go ahead and put it down here. And let's see if we... I should have some quartz. Let's go ahead and throw some quartz in here. And because it's a magmatic centrifuge, I'm assuming this needs lava. So, there's one place that I do still have a little bit, and that's out here at my smeltery. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one bucket, and hopefully this should be enough. So let's go ahead and throw a bucket of lava in here and let this thing work. So there we go. It made us 2 fire blocks and used up just a little bit of the lava. You know what? Let's go ahead and just, actually, I'm going to let this run because I am going to need one more. Now, while that's going, I wonder if it has a visual animation here. Yes, it does. That's kind of cool looking. Well, that'll at least let us know when it's done. So we're going to need those lava cells, dense lava cells, and so I'm going to need a couple of buckets of lava. Well, I have a bucket. Let me go get the buckets of lava that I'm going to need. I should have a couple more buckets in here. And while I'm at it, I was just thinking about this here. I don't need all of this water still in here. So what I can do is I can change this to yellow and tell this to empty. And give it a good whack with a wrench to put this back in input mode, and it should start sucking up all that water. Let's go get some lava. And hopefully I'll get my buckets back. I don't know, I might have to make a couple of buckets. Ooh, not enough lava. That is how low we are running. Let me go run to the nether and grab 2 more buckets of lava. Ah, that finished. Awesome. And I'll be right back. I went and filled up my portable tank with lava too. That way I don't have to keep running back and forth. So let's go ahead and throw these in here. And we want to make our volcanic furnace. So we're going to need these dense lava cells. So there's one. Ah, good, it did give me my buckets back. And two. And this should make 3. So now we have the 3 lava cells that we need. And a cauldron. I don't think I have a cauldron. That's easy enough to make though. So there we go. Volcanic furnace. And what I want to do is I want to put the volcanic furnace right here. And so that way anything that goes in it will automatically get turned into lava. And I'm just going to set this to cobblestone and output to the top. Let's see if that works. Nope, doesn't look like it's inputting. That's okay. Let's see if we can, let's break this. And, let's see if we can pipe out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some stone in here. Yes, looks like we can pipe out of it. Okay, so that should be easy enough. Instead of this here, what I will do is let's get some item ducts and put one right here, and then I'm gonna whack this one here, and yeah, it's not connecting to anything else. So let's see if that works for us. Why are you not pulling out of the chest? I wonder if we can't pipe items into this. Maybe into the top. Let's try that. No, I don't want them to connect to the Tesseract. There we go. So it looks like it can go into the top. That works. So this is just going to steadily sit here and make cobblestone, fill up the chest, And then from there, it's just going to get piped right into the volcanic furnace, which is going to create lots of lava for us. Oh, it looks like it's doing pretty well, actually. And if we need some lava, I can always throw some buckets in here. You know what? Let's take this. And throw this right. We'll throw it right here. I hate that sound muffler. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And we should be okay with just one fluid duct. Whack this so that it outputs, and that should fill up our portable tank too. So whenever we need lava in our portable tank, just pop it right down here, fill it up with lava, and take it anywhere that we need. Pretty sweet. Okay, looks like it's just filling up this one first. But at least that takes care of our power problems. Yeah, see, I was out. Wonder why. Oh, it's processing all my ores. Let's help this along a little bit. Just throw some lava in there, throw some lava in there. And yeah, that'll do good. So that'll help this fill up even faster. And this is just cruising along. And I don't need that to connect. Yep, looks like everything's running smoothly. Okay, so that'll take care of that problem. Unfortunately, guys, I think this is a good wrapping up point for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and with that, I will see you guys later.